Hello everybody, it's Laevateinn here with another video. In today's artifact check we will feature the Laevateinn Artifact because it also got requested under one of my latest artifact checks and it is an artifact that we should talk about. First of all, the Laevateinn Artifact is a very powerful artifact and it can only be bought because you're not able to trade fragments for the Laevateinn with your orange fragments. Those items especially say that when you hold it, it says can be exchanged for fragments of orange artifacts you already own, except Laevateinn and Poseidon's Trident. So those artifacts that really need to be bought. So why is the Laevateinn probably one of the strongest artifacts in the game? Well, basically because it has three stats on it that are damage related. It has reduced damage taken from mages, it has reduced damage taken from archers, and it has troops damage. It's the old army damage, so when you're sending out an army of like, let's say 300k of troops, all of those troops have their troops damage increased by a certain percentage. But the whole army that you still have in your castle is also an army. So also those units damage is improved by the certain percentage. So this is just, it doesn't matter where your troops are, all of their damage is increased. So just very powerful because troops damage targets all of your units. But let's start off with the basic stat. The basic stat is probably the weakest thing on the Laevateinn because its army size limit increased. That is still very good, but I would always prefer technology improvements like attack boost, HP boost and stuff like that over things that increase my army size limit. I would definitely say there that I'm the person that focuses quality over quantity. Quantity would be the troop size and quality is your technology. Still, army size limit ain't a bad thing, but I'd prefer other stats. On the second star, this artifact really starts to shine already because it has attack boost there. As always, attack boost also improves your angel's attack, and the good thing about it is that it is on a second star, so with every star improvement, this attack boost will also improve. So there's still a lot of room for this attack boost of 5.5% to increase and just get stronger and stronger. From then on, the artifact still shines with every upgrade. On the third star, you have reduces damage taken from mages by 11%, also very powerful, just because of the fact that I'd say around about still 80% of players in this game focus mages. Always very good to get these improvements very early. On the fourth star, you will get reduces damage taken from archers. That's very good for the remaining 20% of players in the game that focus archers as backline unit. This artifact is really made for attacking in my opinion, because when you attack big castles with very high battle power, you will face archers, you will face mages overall, and so this damage reduction from the third and the fourth star are just great. On the fifth star we will get the troops damage, and that's what we just talked about. It's a damage related technology improvement that just targets your whole army. It doesn't matter where it is, so it's just great. On the sixth star the artifact has HP boost, and it is just what you want. You want those attack boost improvements, you want those HP boost improvements. So overall this artifact is just very powerful. Still, it's an artifact that is made for players that have set a budget for this game, and I would also say for players that have a high budget for this game, because you really need to finance those star level improvements. So it's an artifact that I would only recommend to players that are willing to work with a higher budget to just also keep the improvements going. You need to bring this artifact to a high star level to get a really good payoff. Already on the earlier star levels it has a great payoff, but the real boost just come from those third and upward star levels, so just keep that in mind. Quickly talking about the skill got reworked a few months ago, I believe, and the new one is a very powerful one, so let's quickly read it. When attacking opponents, launch the victory horn every 5 seconds to increase the attack of all your troops by 3%. The effect can be stacked up to 4 times until the battle is over. So let's talk about numbers here. When the battle breaks out, you have this battle breakout window of 3 seconds. So every battle starts at 3 seconds. Then after the first 5 seconds, you have the first trigger, so at 8 seconds. Then all of your troops attack. The base stat attack is increased by 3%. Then we have another 5 seconds. So at 13 seconds in battle, this horn triggers again, which then increases the attack of all your units by 6% in total. 5 seconds later, at 18 seconds in battle, it triggers again, and then all of your troops attack is increased by 9% total. And then at 23 seconds, you come to the last stack that is applied to the stack overall, because it only can be stacked up to 4 times. And then we are talking about an overall attack improvement by 12% at 23 seconds in battle. From the castles that I am seeing in our kingdom that have the skill unlocked, 23 seconds is a time window that is reached very fast in my opinion nowadays, especially in bigger stacks. Especially then the victory horn really shines and just gives your army an overall great improvement. Sadly, I don't know how the improvements look like when you would upgrade the skill, but I personally assume that the percentage improvement of the attack increases, maybe let's say like from 3 to 5% on the first level, and then just keeps going like that. So it is also worth it to upgrade the skill of the victory horn. Overall, the Laevateinn is an artifact that I personally would count as one of the strongest artifacts in the game, but what we also need to keep in mind, it's an artifact that actively needs to be bought, so keep that in mind if you consider going for this artifact. And what I personally would recommend, if you want to go down this way, remember that you really need to work with the budget to keep those upgrades coming in, and then the artifact really pays off. For players with no budget or for a medium budget, I wouldn't recommend to work on this artifact or to look at this artifact, because you can do other artifacts also that are just very good and give you an effect that works better with the budget that you have set up for yourself. If you just work with a very small budget, I personally wouldn't go for this artifact, because it will take way too long to get it to star levels that will really work out with you. Also because you cannot exchange orange fragments for this artifact. So I would then just focus artifacts that also can be found in conjurings or that orange fragments can be traded for. Like for example, the Apollo's Bow or the Kellet Witch, which are just good artifacts overall, and then you can get a better profit from those artifacts. Alright guys, so this is my opinion about the Laevateinn. Let me know how you think about this artifact, and then I would say, see you in the next video. Goodbye guys.